What you need to know about pre and post GDPR. Hey, I'm Tim and I'm an IT professional. Since the implementation of GDPR, many companies have been worried about what they need to know about pre and post GDPR era. As your company continues to thrive to be successful, it's important to be aware of what is mandatory for your business in our GDPR-governed digital world. Let's take a look at what GDPR means for businesses and average users alike. What GDPR means to average users. Thanks to huge scandals from Cambridge Analytica and Facebook, users are now much more aware of the data they're giving to companies and how they can use it. Thanks to increased user awareness and the new GDPR regulation, users are much more concerned with how companies use their data and demand consequences for any company that violates this new law. What GDPR means for organizations. With the rapid growth of the online market and a lack of effective protection regulations prior to GDPR, most organizations have haphazard data collection procedures. With GDPR in full effect, though, these organizations now have to think of data from a rights versus responsibilities perspective. Whereas before organizations were in control of user data, it is now the user who is in total control of their own information, and they are the sole decider of who can have access to that information and how they can use it. What your organization should know in this post-GDPR era. Now that we have entered a post-GDPR era, for most organizations they're focusing on fixing obvious deficiencies first, which means making sure their website conforms to the regulations in place. Behind the scenes, however, your organization needs to take stock of their data collection processes and procedures, and work on the much harder task of identifying and organizing the personal data that it holds. In this post-GDPR era, your company should also initiate a much larger review of its cybersecurity capabilities from a more holistic approach. This will help you better address an increasing threat landscape. Now that you have a better understanding of what you need to know in this post-GDPR era, you're ready to successfully comply with the new law. If you want to learn more about what you need to know in this post-GDPR era, click the link below for more information.